What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We have just finished off our first match in the second Clan War Leagues. We are in Champ 3, and next round we have the fierce competitors in second position of Reddit Zulu. We will be battling them once this video goes live, and we will update you on how that goes. So how did we do today? We've got the victory. We have some Town Hall 12 3 stars to show you, but unfortunately it wasn't all smooth sailing. I was our last attack. I did have a couple of our players online with me on voice, but it didn't quite pay off. Why don't we show you that attack? I got trolled big time by the tornado trap. So I'll kind of replay it and show you the plan here. We had discussed this, Hoon and Raison, massive shout out to them for helping with the plan. But basically, we were all on voice. Those guys both got 3 stars as well. Sometimes, guys, it's risk versus reward. You have to be trying to plan for the safe 2 and ultimately then going for the 3. So we thought we had a safe 2-star strategy with the potential of the 3. You can see my initial thoughts were push in heavy with a kill squad, get the town hall, but then we couldn't really come up with a plan that would give us the 3, so we decided to come in from this right hand side, try and path the LavaLoon perfectly so that we should have a huge amount of balloons over the town hall. It should go down easily and we should easily get the 3. So 1 archer on the army camp. Then what we decided in terms of the funnel here, I had basically commentated this the day before my video featuring Clash Lord, and I thought, you know what, an Electro Dragon can get pretty significant value there. It's out the way of any of the major defenses. There's some huge buildings to chain through, and it should then help me with these defenses. So that was used to create the funnel, and what amazing value it got. But basically a small kill squad. We're aiming for the Queen, the CC. I did have a couple of archers as well, just in case it was a hound I could pull that out of the way of my LavaLoon, but it was 2 dragons. And ultimately I needed all of these defenses down in order to help with the pathing of the LavaLoon. So the opening of this attack worked perfectly. You'll see in a second how the tornado trap trolled me and basically cost us the 2 stars. Plus a little error on my own part, which we will get to. Then we'll show you the 3 stars and give you some general tips and tricks throughout this for winning and becoming the best at these CWL wars. So as you can see, kill squad was perfect. Come in from 12 o'clock. I'd also planned to bring a hound in from around about 9, path all of this, and then basically use another hound down to 8 o'clock. This would then take down this area and make sure, you can see, look at the pathing of the loons. Once they've taken out these defenses, they're going to path to the single inferno, onto the eagle, straight to the town hall. We should have a ton of them. I was thinking using the battle blimp actually to ensure we got balloons to the town hall to help with the 2, but ultimately this first part wouldn't have worked as well. And again, it's that risk versus reward. We weren't concerned about not getting the 2. I didn't want to put the hound in at 8 too early because it's going to get fried basically. So at this point it's going reasonably well. However, the eagle takes down a huge chunk of my loons here, probably about 10 loons. But honestly, that's not necessarily what went horribly wrong. My hound at the bottom here is a bit slow. I should have been basically getting these in quicker. You can see I do lose a couple of loons coming in, but let's imagine we didn't lose the 10 loons at the top there. We've now got a huge pack coming to the middle. Oh no, the tornado trap pulls my loons around the eagle. Then because of this Tesla farm, all they continue to do is funnel around the town hall. It's not activated at the minute, but obviously I was thinking by the time I got there it would have been. And ultimately, the tornado trap pulled my loons around. Even if I had them extra 10, I wouldn't have got there. At that point, I think the reason that I missed the hounds on the bottom there was because we were freaking out that there was so many loons went down. I was trying to compensate with the spells, but it didn't work out. And as you can see, we didn't even get the 2 stars. So in terms of the war, guys, you have to try and think of planning in the 2-star while aiming for the 3. All right. And the reason I say that is when we look back to the matchup here, we have 32 stars. And there's only 15 bases. If we 2-star all the bases, that is 30 stars. So we're up 2 3 stars at this point. we're still as a team in the positive here, so you have to be trying for the 3 and basically trying to secure the 2. Now, it's not always going to work. You can see it happened in 2 of our attacks where we didn't get the 2, but obviously trying your best to get the 2-star strategy in is your best option, but have a plan for the 3 as well, because that's what's going to get you winning wars. You'll hit a point where you will cap off and you'll be losing wars, and remember, if you win a war, that's 10 stars as well. You need to be trying to plan for the 3 so that you can go for it. So this is Hoon, one of the guys that was on voice with me. Obviously, again, thank you so much for helping to adjust my plan. We figured the LavaLoon pathing was just perfect for it. Execution could have been improved, but that tornado trap was also perfectly placed. And again, guys, I wanted to show you it just so that you guys know that it's not always going to pay off. But you have to accept them risks in order to try and get the victory. Go for the 3 stars, and ultimately, that's what's helped us get a couple of stars in the lead as a team here. Anyways, getting into this attack, Hoon comes in from 6 o'clock with a fantastic kill squad, gets what he needs at this point. And obviously he's going to finish up over by the Giga Tesla. So Town Hall's down at this point. It is the 1 star, and he's got more than enough from the LavaLoon for the 50%, obviously. But again, he's not going to panic. He's not going to rush. He's got the plan for the 3 stars. That's what he's going for here. He's not going for the 2. It's a tricky thing that we're getting used to in Red Elite, in that, yes, you have to try and adjust and plan for the 2, which is hard in itself. But also, you've got to know that no one can hit that base after you, because even if you get 1 star, there is no point in hitting that base. So you have to try and balance up the risk versus reward aspect of it. And I could sit here and tell you guys, just go for 2 stars, but I'm not going to. Go for 3. You can generally try and get, the 2-star integrated into that. Yes, the 3-star is going to be harder because of that risk, and you have to weigh it up. But in my attack, again, I had initially planned kill squad from the south, easy 2-star, nothing to it. But we decided against that when we discussed the plan. This is Raison, who, again, thank you, Raison, for helping plan the attack. The 3 of us were on voice. Obviously, they were just kind of scouting for me as well and giving me tips in terms of if the king's ability needed pressed and things like that. You should have people spotting for you as well, guys, if you're really going for the 3. But Raison, again, brilliant attacker, comes in with the battle blimp and gets amazing value here. Rage spell onto the balloons, gets the eagle, and even gets the air defense here as well. Pulls the CC, so much value there, it's unreal. And then going to be able to use Sui heroes onto the town hall. That's a good technique if you've got this option. Now, you might be thinking to me, you're telling me you need to plan for the safe too. This guy has his town hall on the outside. Well, defense-wise, again, want to give you some general tips and tricks throughout this video. Defense-wise, it's getting a balance of that as well. Yes, if you can, try and protect against the 2-star, but you don't want to be giving up easy 3 stars, because then you're feeding into your opponent, and ultimately, you need to be having anti-3-star bases, because it's the 3 stars you want to defend. If you can make that 2-star a little bit harder, then yeah. But if you're opening up the opportunity for easy 3 stars from trying to do that, then I wouldn't recommend it, guys. Just go with the anti-3 and hope that you get more 3 stars yourself. Have that positive atmosphere in that you guys can outmatch them. Even if you give them the 2, you should be able to get a couple of 3s on the board. And as you can see, for Red Elite, it did as a team get us the win. And it's a team game, guys. I know I'm mentioning voice and things. It's definitely something that have someone verify your attacks. We do that so much more in the CWL than we do the regular wars, because we know someone else can clean up the hits. Whereas when you get one shot, plan it out with your teammates. Just jump on voice, plan out your attacks, have that little bit extra in terms of safety net, in terms of the planning. Think it that little bit deeper. That's going to help you guys in terms of winning them wars. All this is kind of beginner stuff for a lot of you guys that do it all of the time. But in the CWL, when you've got one shot, you got to be trying to do this a little bit more. And again, guys, I wanted to show you my attack because it highlights that it doesn't always work. And, If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's how it is. You're not going to get to that next level if you don't take some of them risks as well. So the final attack here, Clash Lord, featured on my channel again. Again, I really like how he breaks this down. It is one of them old ring style bases. Definitely don't recommend these styles of bases, guys. They're so easy to take down. But again, little things like this, look. He's bringing in the balloons here because there's no scout attacks. And look, he's popped off a black air mine. There's no scout attacks. So if you're coming in with a queen charge or a queen walk, the last thing you want is your healers going down because of black bombs. So just bringing them loons in, you know, if there'd been a scout attack here, and even, you know, the trigger radius is pretty close there. If there'd been a scout attack, we knew the healers were safe, you wouldn't then bring that in. But because it's the CWL, because you get one shot, you got to try it. Now the P.E.K.K.A on the outside, amazingly, turns around and goes back in here, but I believe was intended. A P.E.K.K.A is not a defense targeting troop like a golem, so it can continue to walk around the side here, tank for the bowler and the witches on the outside, and ultimately help with that. So the bowlers are going to continue to walk. The wall wrecker hasn't quite got in quick enough. I'm assuming he wanted some extra bowlers in there. Now the reason for that is, as you will see, as the wrecker goes down here, he actually pops out of it a P.E.K.K.A. Now, he might not have also intended that it would break open that compartment, but imagine if he had Valkyries in there. Eagle and the single target Inferno would have gone down. The bowlers continue to come around, but what I was saying about these buildings, notice how the bowlers are also having to shoot outwards towards these buildings. He does bring a giant in here to tank, but you want to minimize the amount they have to shoot out of the base. You want them shooting in the base towards the center and towards the defenses. That's what you need. So I hope that one's helped you in terms of just discussing the differences between the Save 2 and going for the 3. You're gonna have to go for the 3 stars, guys, because that's ultimately what's going to help your team out. But yes, you do want to be trying to get the Save 2. In my attack, which didn't pay out, we thought the pathing of the Lalo was great, but as you can see, in these other ones, the plans did work out. They got us the 3, and they've helped us to get the victory. So tomorrow, I have a couple of friends over in Reddit Zulu as well, so it's great in order to have a bit of a matchup here, and it's great that we are the top 2 clans as well. At the moment, I don't know how many attacks these other clans have got left, but we're the top 2 clans and we're battling them tomorrow. So look forward to that, guys. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth. And until next time, peace out.